23rd episode of My Culture Story, we talk about the Kalenjin. Kalenjin are an Nilotic group that occupied the Rift Valley province in Kenya before the naming of counties. The Kalenjin are divided into 11 culturally and linguistically related tribes, and here is their culture story. In this community, a child was named by the husband's parents. Naming was done after the ancestors, season, and mostly after time. All the Kalenjin names that start with Kip are males, and all the names that start with Chep are females. For example, Kiprop or Cheriot. In case a child was given a name and then the child fell sick or cried continuously, it meant that the child did not like the name, and so they planned on how to rename the child. In this community, girls were circumcised, but not anymore. To date, boys are taken into a bush in a far place, and the mothers were not supposed to know which direction their child headed to until they had them sing 3 times a day. They were fed with milk, meat, honey, and porridge, and they had to put on cow's skin. When it was time for a man to marry, he would hide the girl he had chosen to marry at his uncle's place and would later go to his parents' house to confess that he had taken their girl and would start to arrange on how to pay the dowry. Among the things that were paid and given as dowry were 6 cows that were given as a significance of appreciation to the parents. They were also given money as the parents agreed. Like other community, this community was polygamous. During the dowry payment, for the new wife, all the other wives had to accompany their husband to welcome their new co-wife home. It was called goito. When a woman who had a family died, a cow that had given birth severally was slaughtered, but if a man died, a bull was slaughtered. When a married person died, he or she was brought home a day before the actual burial day to spend a night at his house, and if the person was not buried, he or she was brought home on the burial day. The dead were buried facing the east. This is my culture story.